Welcome to Taipei, Taiwan, where the world's top professional players from 4 continents have assembled to vie for pocket billiards' most prestigious title. A star-studded field of 64 men and 32 women, along with 16 of the world's best junior players, are shooting it out to decide who'll be Pool's top guns in 1992. Prime Network presents the World Billiards Tour. Today, it's the 1992 World Pool Billiards Association World 9-Ball Championships. Tonight's men's quarterfinal match features 2 of Pool's legends, Nick, the Kentuckian Varner from the USA, currently ranked #1 on the Professional Billiard Tour, versus Efren, the magician Reyes of the Philippines. Reyes recently knocked Varner out of the Munich Masters in Germany.
He beat me that time. I'm hoping to turn the tables this time.
Reyes has the home field advantage, but Varner has won the lag, and he'll break when we return. Welcome back to the World 9-Ball Championships on Prime Network. And now, let's join our play-by-play announcer, world champion Jimmy Mattia, known to millions of pool fans as Pretty Boy Floyd.
Hello and welcome. This is Pretty Boy Floyd. Efren Reyes, one of the great players in the world today. As a matter of fact, a lot of people think he is the best player in the world today. We call him the Magician, 37 years old, from the Philippine Islands, versus Nick Varner, the #1 ranked player in the United States, former world champion. This will be 9-ball, a race to 11 games. We're watching Nick Varner right now. Comes from Owensboro, Kentucky. 44 years old. Former world champion. As I mentioned, #1 ranked in the United States. Cool hand, we call him back in America. As you can see by the symbol on the back of his vest, he plays with Falcon Cue Sticks, one of his sponsors. His good position on the 4. Looking to try to take a 1-0 lead. Okay, he's played position to play the 5-ball into the side pocket. Obviously, he's going to go down, table and back for position to the 6-ball. Got a little bit of a tester type shot here. No problem with the 8-ball, as you see it hanging down there in the corner pocket. Position for the 8 is no problem. Nick must make this 6-ball. Okay, nice shot. Placing the cue ball down there close to his work. Proper execution here, the cue ball, and Nick will have no problem taking a 1-0 lead. Check the speed of the cue ball. And park it on a dime. Watching Nick Varner from Owensboro, Kentucky. And that'll make the score 1-0, Nick Varner. And the Magician, Efren Reyes, one of the truly great players that I've ever seen, and I've seen them all. This guy is terrific. So now we'll have a chance to take a look at the Magician. He has an open cluster there. Good position on the 1-ball to start out with. Varner's off to a smooth start. Let's take a look at Efren Reyes now. Looking to tie this match up. He trails 1-0. This is a race to 11 games. Okay, he has good position to play the 2-ball in the side. Three-ball down at the other end of the table, as you can see. Nice shot, Efren Reyes, as usual. This guy is not only a world-class pocket billiard player, but he's a world-class three-cushion billiards player. Talk about a man who has an education for the game of billiards. You're watching one of the greatest that ever lived, Efren Reyes. Okay, excellent position on the 4. I'll play the 4 in the corner. Efren Reyes in 1990 was the All-Japan champion. Last year, 1991, won the Taipei World Cup. So needless to say, he has numerous titles of his own. Nick Varner has his work cut out for him, no question about that. Okay, it looks as though he's going to play the 6 ball down here in the lower left-hand corner pocket, slide the cue ball over to the other side of the table and play a combination on the 7 and 9. Cue ball control ever so important, and as you can see, Efren Reyes parks that cue ball on a dime. That's why we call him the magician. Tremendous player. And the match is tied up, 1 game apiece.
We'll be right back with more action on the World Billiards Tour on... Welcome back to the World Billiards Tour on Prime Network. As we rejoin the action, the match is tied at 2 games apiece, with Efren Reyes breaking in Game 5.
Good solid break by Efren. He's pocketed 2 balls on the break. However, he has not been rewarded. He has snookered on the 3 ball. This is where we come to our push-out rule. I don't believe he can see this 3 ball, and if he can't, he will be able to push the cue ball anywhere he wants on the table, and at that time it will be Nick Varner's option as to whether he wants to shoot the shot or have Efren shoot the shot. That is called the push-out rule, and that's only available after the opening break, and it's for just this reason: pocketing a ball on a break and not being able to see the next shot. We don't figure that the breaker should be punished for that. So we have the push-out rule, and that's exactly what Efren's going to do. He will push the cue ball out, at which time Nick Varner will have the option to either shoot the shot or have Efren shoot. Now he's left the cue ball in a position where Varner has a shot on the 3 ball, but the big problem is, how is he going to get position to the 4 ball? This is the reason Efren doesn't mind giving him the shot on the 3. It's going to be very difficult for Varner to pocket this ball and get his cue ball back to the other end of the table for position on the 4 ball. Varner may try to elect to bank this 3 ball cross corners and bring his cue ball back down to the other end of the table. That's exactly what he did. Nice shot, Varner. It was advantage Efren. Hey, let's make it advantage Varner now. 2 of the greatest defensive players in the world you're watching right here. 2 of the greatest offensive players. Not too much about the game of pocket billiards that they don't know about. They play it as well as can humanly be played, I would guess you would say. My name's Pretty Boy Floyd. I'm enjoying all the action with you. Hoping you're having a great time. We're here on Prime Network, watching the top guns in the world go at it. Efren with a bank shot, 3 into the 8. Fine shot, unbelievable shot. Now you get a little bit of idea why I call him the magician. You never know what this guy is going to do. Tremendous player. And a little bit of luck perhaps on that shot also. However, he has a very easy shot on the 3. Needs to get position to the 4. That's the problem here. And I don't know if he likes that too much or not. I think you're going to see a billiard shot here. This is one of Efren's specialties. Tremendous billiard player. He's going to hit the 4 ball, carom off the 4 and into the 9. Playing a carom shot, playing the 9 ball into the corner. Now watch this shot. Playing the yellow stripe into the left-hand corner pocket. Must hit the 4 ball first. Great shot, Efren Reyes. Billiards champion that he is.
Back on the World Billiards Tour on Prime Network. Efren Reyes broke and ran out in Game 6. He now leads 4-2 as he breaks in Game 7.
Good solid break by Efren. Note where the cue ball is for all you young billiard fans out there. Now, when you can park that cue ball in the center like that, hey, that's what it's all about. It gives you a multiple of opportunities with the one ball. In this particular case, he has not pocketed the ball on the break. He hasn't left Nick Varner a shot. Obviously, I think Varner will play the safety here. I believe he can see just a little bit of the one ball. So he'll go to his safety game, no doubt. Taipei, Taiwan. We're right downtown here. 1 million people inside and 1 million people outside waiting to get in. Can't get in, it's a sellout. Varner going to go to his defensive game now. He's going to thin that one ball, is my guess. Try to bring his cue ball back behind the 4 and the 7, I would think. He's taking a look at that right now. Okay, here he goes. Oh, he tried to cut the ball in the side. I didn't like that decision. I thought for sure Nick would play a safety there. He elected to go for a tough shot on the one on the side. He had some position for a combination with the 2 ball onto the 8 ball, but no go for Nick. Tough shot on the one is no good, and he has left Efren Reyes for the shot on the 1 ball into the side pocket. Oh, he's going to elect to play some defense. I don't know if I like that idea either. I don't know if he was playing that ball into the side pocket and just missed it, or he was trying to play some defense. My guess is maybe he missed that shot. He had good position for the 2. You're watching the World Pool Billiard Association 9-Ball Championships. We're in Taipei, Taiwan. This is live. Having a good time here all week watching the greatest green felt masters in the world come to us from all over the world. Right now we're watching America versus the Philippines. Pocket billiards fastly becoming a popular sport all over the world. Not to mention, especially in the Philippines, they have some marvelous players there. Pool has really taken hold of them over there. They really appreciate the game of pocket billiards, not to mention the artistic efforts of Efren Reyes. Hey, let's face it, pool's popular all over the world. They've called it the sport of the 90s, and rightfully so. This is a great game. Talk about a great toy that God created. Hey, nothing better than a pool table. I don't care who you are, how old you are, grandmothers, grandfathers, sisters, daughters, any. This is a tremendous game, not only on the competitional level, but just for fun. It's a fine, fine game. Very colorful game. Okay, nice shot. Nice shot by Varner. Kicking to hit the 1 ball. He's left Efren basically with no shot. You might like to note the stroke he's got, how different it is compared to the American players. What a shot he made. Oh, unfortunate break for Efren Reyes. A fantastic shot on the 1 ball. Swung his cue ball around 3 rails for position on the 2 ball, but unfortunately for him, he has scratched and left Varner with a 1-9 combination, which I'm sure Varner will shoot right now, no problem. Of course, combination shots are always a problem. Nothing's easy when you're playing a combination shot, but Varner's definitely going to go for the combination here. Try to tighten this match up. Efren leads 4 games to 2. Let's make it 4 games to 3. Now you see what I mean. You could hear that crunch from here to Zanzibar. Unfortunately, he has not pocketed the ball on the break. Scratching his head a little bit, wondering what's going on. Can't hit him any harder than that. think Mike Tyson could hit him any harder than that, but he has not pocketed the ball in the break, and Efren Reyes is back at the table. Going to cut this one ball into the right-hand corner pocket. Nice shot. Good position for the 2. Now he's going to cut the 2 ball in the corner pocket here. Put a little low left-hand English on that cue ball. A little hot mustard to get it down to the other end for the 3 ball. No problem. Absolutely perfect speed control. He was a little nervous on that after what happened to him the last game with the 1 ball, but he's in fine shape now. Cut the 3 down the rail into the corner pocket. Bring his cue ball out towards the center of the table for his next shot, which is the 4 ball. Good position as a straight-in shot on the 4. He'll play the 5 ball next into the side pocket over there by the 6, I would think anyway. Okay. We're right on target so far. He'll play the 5 ball into the side pocket, and then the 6 ball down in the corner will be his next shot. Just roll it ahead a little bit. Okay, we'll play the 6 ball down in the corner. Roll the cue ball forward just a little bit. Play the 7 in the opposite side pocket. Okay, no problem here. Okay, we'll just cut the 8 right in the corner pocket here. Bring your cue ball up towards the center of the table, off the rail a little bit there. Straight in on the 9 ball. And Efren Reyes is going to take a 5-3 lead.
Welcome back to Taiwan and the World Billiards Tour on Prime Network. We join the action in Game 11 with Efren Reyes leading Nick Varner 7-3. Having won games 9 and 10, he needs only 4 more games to advance to the semifinals.
Good power break by Efren that time. He really gets his body into the break shot too. He knows the importance of the break. Unfortunately, he's hooked on the 2 ball. He doesn't have a shot on the 2 ball. My guess is here he may elect to shoot what we call a massé shot. Now, a massé shot is by far the most difficult but the most colorful shot in the game of pool. Now, a massé shot is where you elevate the butt of your cue and hit down on the cue ball and cause that cue ball to take off in different directions. To master the massé shot is, needless to say, very difficult. It takes many years of practice. But he's not going to, he's going to use the push-out rule here. He's going to push out. And why he is pushed out there, I do not know. He has left Nick Varner a very easy shot. The 3 ball is really not much of a problem. Nick will elevate the butt of his cue here, pocket the 2 ball, and try to draw the cue ball back towards the center of the table. If he can do that, he'll have position for the 3 ball. So I really don't understand that shot that Efren just displayed. Okay, this is a critical shot. Nick Varner trailing 7 games to 3. Well, we mentioned it was a critical shot. Well, Efren Reyes has a shot on the 2 ball here. If he can get position on the 3, that's the crucial ball here. The 2 isn't much of a problem. He's got to get position for the red ball, the 3 ball. If he can do that, he's in excellent shape to perhaps win another game. Got to watch out, make sure he doesn't foul. As we mentioned, if a shirt sleeve hits the ball, that's a foul. If it hits any ball. He's elected to play his cue ball 3 cushions around the table. He's come down table just a little bit too far. He would like to have had his cue ball a little closer to the side pocket, but he's in good shape. Going to pocket the 3 ball into the corner pocket over here, roll it softly, bring his cue ball off the rail. So now he'll cut the 4 ball into the opposite pocket. Bring his cue ball back down table for the 5 ball, the orange ball. Nice shot, hitting that with right-hand English. This man hits the cue ball with so many different types of English. It's just amazing how he executes so well. Left-hand English, right-hand English, low, high, this, that. He's an amazing player. Okay, I'll play the 7 ball into the corner pocket. Won't move his cue ball too far. You notice the great players, their cue ball doesn't travel very far. That's what makes the game easier for them to execute. You don't want your cue ball flying all over the table. The least amount of distance you can make the cue ball travel around the table, the easier it'll be for you to make the shots and run the table. Efren Reyes now has a commanding 5-game lead. He leads in the match 8-3. And we'll get a chance to take a look at Nick Varner. It doesn't look as though Nick has a very decent shot to start out with, though. I don't know if he's going to try to cut this ball in the corner between the 2 and the 3, or perhaps go to his safety game. If he doesn't have a shot, he will for sure go to his safety game. He is not the type of player to take careless chances. You don't beat a guy like Varner because of his carelessness. It's a great education in the game of pocket billiards. Was a national collegiate champion way back when at the University of Purdue. So he's been at tournament competition for quite some time. He's 44 years old, comes out of Owensboro, Kentucky. Okay, he's going to play a safety, knock the one down to the other table. The other end of the table, leaving the cue ball at the opposite end, and try to create a little havoc for Efren Reyes, which he has done just that. I don't believe Efren has a possibility of making a combination here on the 1-7. I don't believe he will go for the combination. I only believe he has room enough to make it. He will kick his cue ball behind the 1 ball. He will try to drive the 1 ball down at the opposite end of the table. So far, American players are doing quite well in the tournament so far. I believe that Efren Reyes and Oliver Ortmann, who comes from Germany, are the only 2 players left in the men's tournament that are not from America. So the American contingency is doing quite well this year in the 1992 9-ball World Championships. But looks as though we're about to lose one of the Americans, possibly. Nick Varner trails in this match 8-3, but as I mentioned before, it's a race to 11. There's a good combination shot for Varner. Tighten up the score just a little bit.
Back to the World Billiards Tour on Prime Network.
Okay, another good solid break, but to no avail. Nothing on the break for Varner. Once again, he will scratch his head and have a seat. He is having a problem with his break shot. He's hitting them good and solid, but he's just not pocketing the ball, which is an uncontrollable force there. Hit him as good as you can. Hey, you have to hope you get a little bit of luck and make something on the break and get something going. 9 balls a game of momentum. But you can't get any momentum going if you can't pocket a ball on the break. So we'll take a look at Efren Reyes here as he will attempt to play a safety here. Perhaps he may attempt to cut the 1 ball in the corner pocket, perhaps kissing it off the 2 ball. That's what he's going to do. Look at this shot. What a shot. Holy smokes, what a great shot. But he had to gamble. He had to cut the cue ball loose. And unfortunately for Efren, he is snookered by a number of balls. But with the billiard expertise that he has in the game of 3 cushion billiards, I would say that he will hit this 2 ball. However, there is a danger of scratching. The big danger of scratching here in the corner pocket. No, that's a foul. As we mentioned, if you don't hit the lowest numbered ball on the table, that is a foul. The referee will pick up the cue ball, give it to Nick Varner. Nick Varner has what we call ball in hand. Put the cue ball anywhere on the table. Trailing in the match 8-4. This is a crucial game for Nick. He has ball in hand here. He must clear this table. He's got to get himself back into the match. This is game number 13. He'd like to cut into that 8-4 lead. He's going to be in serious trouble if it goes 9-4. He's got to run this table and get the break back. He can't afford to lose this game and give the break to Efren, because there's always the possibility he may never shoot again. So here we go. Pressure is brewing on Nick Varner. He knows what's got to be done. He's got to clear this table. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. All right, he's come down. He has decent position for the 3 ball. Balls are scattered out. He came down table just a little bit farther than he would have liked to, but he's okay. He has a decent shot here on the 3. Let's take another extra look at it. If he can get position to the 4 ball here, it's very important. This is a must-win game for Varner. Trails 8-4. The ultimate of pressure right now. Okay, nice shot. Good position, Nick. He excels under pressure situations. No doubt about it. He's proven that over the years. Former world champion that he is. #1 ranked player from America. Okay, he has only 5 more balls to go, but I tell you, in this stage of the game, trailing 8-4, with Efren Reyes over there on the other side of the table, those 5 balls seem like 500 sometimes. All right, he'll pocket the orange ball into the corner pocket, bring his cue ball out towards the center. Perfect position for the 6 ball in the corner. He'll stop his cue ball right about there and perhaps draw it back just an inch or 2. He'll play the 7 ball in the opposite corner pocket. This is a... He should run this table. I don't foresee any problems right here. He has excellent position for the 7. This is a must-win game for Varner. Can't afford to fall behind any farther than what he is right now. Okay, he's elected to play the 8 ball into the side pocket. His cue ball will go down table and back up table to the center of the table, where he will play the 9 ball into the corner pocket. Tricky little shot here, though. This shot could be missed. This is not an easy shot. Okay. Even though he made it look that way. Nice shot, Nick Varner. He needed to run this table, and he's going to do just that. Okay. Pressure game there for Nick Varner. Now trails in the match 8-5. If Nick could win this game here, he could perhaps get himself on a little roll, get some momentum going. This is a very important game right here. He can close the gap to 8-6 if he can win this game. He trails 8-5. Okay, he pocketed the ball on the break. He has excellent position on the 1 ball, a chance to do damage. He's taking a look at the 2 and the 9. Possibility of a combination. I can't tell from this angle. He's certainly going to look at it. It's definitely close, no doubt. There's a possibility. Looks as though from the top up here, he has a little bit of an angle. Not quite sure whether he's going to elect to play position for the 2 or go for the combination. We'll have to wait. Nick will make that decision. I think he's going to go for the run out. He's going to play position. He's going to draw the cue ball back here, play position for the 2 ball, the blue ball, into the corner pocket. Okay. As we mentioned, he's a percentage player, doesn't take any chances. He didn't like the looks of the combination, so he's going to elect to try to run this table. He has an excellent opportunity to do just that. He has good position here for the 2 ball. Get in position for the 3 shouldn't be much problem. Okay. He would have liked to come over just a little bit farther. He's made the shot on the 3 ball just a little more difficult than he would have liked to. Now position for the 4 ball becomes a little more difficult. He would have liked to drag that cue ball back just an inch or 2 more, and he knows it. So he'll take a look at this for a second. He'll probably cut the 3 ball into the corner pocket and take his cue ball up and down the table 2 rails and back to the center. At least I would guess that's what he might do from the looks of the angle that he has here. And maybe he'll just slowly roll it in. Okay, he elected to go down and back, and he has come up just a little bit short. Would have liked to have come up to table just another inch or 2. That would have been perfect. But as we know, one thing you must do is acquire the speed of the table as quickly as you can. All pool tables play differently, and to get the speed of the table down is very important. You must get the speed down. Very important when trying to play position. Okay, nice shot. Okay, my guess here is he'll cut the 5 ball in the corner pocket and do the exact same thing he did with the 3 ball. Go up the table and down the table. Oh, he's going to slow roll it. Right hand English, go to the side rail. Okay, no problem. Nick Varner trying to close the gap here. This is a very crucial game here. If he can run these last 3 balls, he'll only trail in the match 8 games to 6. And 8 to 6 is really not much of a lead for Efren when you have players of this caliber. Efren right now calmly awaiting his turn, sitting over there in what we call the electric chair, hoping that he can get out of it soon. This is the only game in the world, as you know, you may never get out of that chair. Nick Varner wins game number 14, now trails in the match 8 games to 6.
Now back to Jimmy Mattia on Prime Network.
And here we go with game number 15. We'll listen to the punishing sound here of Nick Varner's break. Great break. Oh, he's got power, this guy. Amazing. He trails 8 games to 6. He's going to go to safety, I would think. Yeah, he's elected to play safe. And he's done just that. Great shot. Great shot. Kissing the 2 ball off the 5 ball and placing the cue ball down there. Snooking him behind the 7 ball. Nice shot, Nick Varner. Boy, what a big game this could be for Nick if he could win this game. Efren leading in the match 8 games to 6. It looks as though he's going to kick behind the 5 ball here. And look at that shot. Whoa, what a shot. Well, you can forget about the 4-9 combination. Made a tremendous shot on the 2 ball, but at least for Nick Varner's sake, he has busted up the 4-9, so we can forget about seeing a 4-9 combination this game, that's for sure. Now, this is a very difficult shot. The 3 ball is by the corner pocket, which, really isn't that hard, but look where he's got to jack up his cue stick. He is right over the 9 ball. Very difficult shot. He played it rail first. Rather than try to pocket the 3 straight in, he elected to shoot his cue ball into the cushion, off the cushion, and then pocket the 3 ball. That's a tremendous shot, what he just did. Can't tell you what a great shot he just made there under the ultimate of pressure circumstances. Tremendous shot. This guy never ceases to amaze me. Okay. Boy, if he can get out of this frame with a win without having Varner to come back to the table, this is really, you talk about a championship rack of pool. Quite possibly, Nick Varner might not return to the table this frame. You thought that Varner had the advantage in this game, but Efren Reyes has come up with just a couple of miracle shots. He might be playing a snooker here. I can't tell. Is he going to snooker? No, he has a shot on the 6 ball. Good shot. He would have liked to have gotten his cue ball a little more towards the center. Geez, after the shot he made on the 2 and after the shot he made on the 3, I don't guess the 7 ball is any problem for Efren Reyes. And it's not. Efren Reyes playing very well today. He also is a ball of concentration. You've got to have concentration. You want to play championship billiards. The 2 gentlemen you're watching are great examples of concentration. That was one heck of a rack, is all I can say. A fantastic shot on the 2 ball, a fantastic shot on the 3 ball, excellent position on the 6, good shot on the 7. Efren Reyes. Need I say more? Efren Reyes with a 9-6 lead as we head into frame number 16. This is a race to 11. He's only 2 games away from home and going into the final 4 here in the WPA World Championships of 9-ball. Taipei, Taiwan this year. As we mentioned, next year we're going to be heading towards Europe. Possibly Sweden will be our site for World Championship number 4. I believe has a shot here on the 1 ball. Can't quite tell from the angle I have up here. He's taking a double look at it. Perhaps he doesn't have a shot. Perhaps he might go to a safety shot. I can't tell. I think maybe he does have to go to the safety. I don't think he has enough room to make this 1 ball. I'm not sure. Take a look. And he doesn't like it. Something tricky going on down there that he doesn't like. Yeah, he'll take a look at it, take a deep breath. He knows he's only 2 games from the win here over Nick Varner. Doesn't want to take any chances. This is a very important game for Efren Reyes. This could put him on the hill to where he only needs 1 more game to close out the Nick Varner story for 1992. All right, he's going for the safety. Look at the shot. Look at this shot. Look at the placement of that cue ball. Tremendous defensive shot there. Efren Reyes, one of the masters of defense. Efren Reyes has laid Nick Varner almost to rest here with that shot. Nick Varner is going to obviously have to kick cross sides with his cue ball. I don't see any other alternative for him. He will kick to the side rail and go cross table and hope to hit the 1 ball. If he doesn't hit the 1 ball, he is in serious trouble. He trails in this match 9-6. This game here is a very, very big frame for Nick Varner, but he is in the ultimate of trouble right now. Efren Reyes has buried his cue ball behind that 7 ball. As you can see, Varner's in a lot of trouble here, and he knows it. He's trying to figure out the proper place on the side rail to hit, to get the cue ball over to hit the 1 ball. He doesn't hit the 1 ball here. He's in a lot of trouble. Efren Reyes playing fantastic today. Not to take away anything from Nick Varner. He's played a good game too, but Efren Reyes has just put him in so much trouble that there's a foul. Cue ball. Pick it up, ref. Wipe it off and give it to Efren Reyes. Big game for Efren Reyes here. If he can clear this table, it'll put him on the hill, only 1 game away from victory. Okay, no problem with the 1 ball. 2 ball will go into the corner pocket. I would imagine the 3 ball will go into the same corner pocket. 4 balls over there laying in front of the side, so no problem there. Efren Reyes, if he does not get out this rack, he has no one to blame but himself. The balls are laying in very good position for him. just a matter of proper execution, and when it comes to execution, who better than Efren Reyes? And he has really played a fantastic match up to this point. Okay, we're going to play the 6 ball into the corner, and then he's going to play the 7 ball into the same corner pocket. Both the 6 and the 7 will go into the same pocket here. Okay. He got a little bit straight on that ball. He didn't want to really get too straight on it, but I believe he's all right. He'll hit this ball with a little high right-hand English, come 2 cushions, and bring his cue ball out into the center of the table. High right-hand English here, giving that cue ball a little hot mustard here. There you go. Now the spin, take it out towards the center. He would have liked to got a little bit better position. This is no easy shot for anybody, especially under these pressurized conditions. Big shot for Efren Reyes right here. He's going to cut this ball in our lower right-hand corner pocket. Nice shot. Great shot.
We'll be right back with...
Here we go. Efren Reyes is on the hill. He needs 1 game to say bye-bye to Nick Varner. Okay, and a good solid break. He's pocketed the 1 ball. He has no shot from the looks of it up here on the 2 ball. Can't blame Varner for being down 10 games to 6. Varner's played a good match, but Efren has put him in so many difficult situations with his defense. There's a nice shot. Now you see what I mean. Defense, very important. Great shot there. He's hooked Nick Varner again. Oh, he's unscrewing his cue. Well, this is the first time that we'll have a chance to take a look at the jump shot. Now, there you see his cue stick has been shortened up quite a bit. This is what we call the jump cue. It's specialized and made especially for jump shots. Oh, he's fouled. He has fouled. That is a rare mistake from Nick Varner, because he's one of the masters at the jump cue. He hits jump shots very well. But on this particular cloth that we play on, Simonis, it's not that easy to jump over balls. You can do it on a cheap cloth. This is no cheap cloth. This is the best. Talking Simonis. Efren Reyes in the driver's seat now. He has ball in hand on the 2 ball. The 2 ball, no problem at all. The 3 ball laying right there. That's no problem. This could be sayonara for Nick Varner. Okay. He'll play the 4 ball in the corner pocket here on the low left part of our screen. He'll play the 5 ball into the same corner pocket. And now it looks as though he'll play the 5 ball into the corner pocket and the 6 into the opposite corner pocket. He's lost his cue ball a little bit. Not good shape there for Efren. Perhaps a little bit nervous. He knows he's only 1 game away from victory here. Now he's going to put some reverse English on this cue ball. Watch this cue ball. Watch the cue ball. Now watch it. Watch it spin back towards the opposite end there, same side where the 7 is. He put a lot of right-hand English on that cue ball. He hits those shots better than anybody in the world. Efren Reyes in perfect position to close out a good tournament for Nick Varner. Nick Varner has nothing to feel ashamed about. Efren Reyes has played a great match this afternoon. This will it. You will hear pandemonium in a minute. The fans will go wild. Efren Reyes is without a doubt their favorite player here. You can listen to him now.
We'll be back. The World Billiards Tour. Today, it's the 1992 World Pool Billiards Association World 9-Ball Championships. Our match today is a men's semifinal between gentleman Kim Davenport and Bob Big Game Hunter. Both players come from the United States and are highly ranked on the Professional Billiards Tour in America. Davenport is ranked number 4, while Hunter is number 8. Each has won major titles throughout the world, and neither is new to the pressure of World Championship competition. We'll join our color commentators, former world champion Jim Mattia, known to pool fans around the world as Pretty Boy Floyd, and his lovely co-host Joanne Mason when we return.
We're down to 4 players now, the semifinals here. Kim Davenport from Modesto, California versus Bobby Hunter, who is originally from the state of Michigan, but now makes his home in Carson City, Nevada. And here we are for game number 1.
Ooh, 9-ball on the break.
9-ball on the break. Yeah, you're off to a good selection so far, Joe. Kim Davenport with a 9-ball on the break to open up the match. This is a race to 11.
Well, I'll tell you what, Floyd. Kimmer happens to have one of the best breaks on the tour, if I must say so myself, and he's showing it.
Obviously, he pocketed the 9-ball on the break for game number 1. He takes a 1-0 lead. The Kimmer, as a lot of people call him, I call him California Cool.
He's switching sides from where he broke that first time. I wonder why he's doing that.
Powerful break Kim Davenport has,
Yeah.
as you witnessed in game number 1.
Now he has not pocketed a ball. I just don't understand why he would do that. Matter of fact, after this match is over, I think I'm going to have to go and ask him why he did such a thing.
That is a puzzling question, to tell you the truth. Joanne Mason, the number 4 ranked player in America today, my host for tonight's action.
Well, Bobby Hunter seems to be a little shaky on that first shot.
He might be a little bit excited after his win over Oliver Ortmann from Germany, figuring that he shouldn't be here. And
oh, yeah.
There he is. Perhaps he might play this match a little bit loose. But,
that's a good point. You know what? He's sitting right now in the chair with his arms clenched. He looks a little cold out there. I wonder if maybe he's just a little bit cold. We'll see what happens as this match progresses, but it looks like to me that Kim is going to get out to a very strong start.
Well, he's leading 1-0. The balls are open. He has a chance to take a 2-0 lead here if he can execute properly, that is.
Floyd, tell me about this glove he's using. I've never seen him use that before, and I've been told he just put it on at the very beginning of this tournament because he felt like it was a little bit humid in here.
Yeah, it's been a little bit humid this week here in Taipei. The weather outside has been a little wet, and it's affected our equipment inside here, so he decided to use a glove and, you know, want to get that smooth stroke in there. It's a little hard to stroke the cue when your hands are sticky, so he's playing with the glove. I noticed that, I think, in the last match against the defending world champion, Earl Strickland, whom he absolutely destroyed 15 games to 1. As a matter of fact, in the last round, not only Earl Strickland went down, a defending 2-time world champion, but Robin Bell, who was also a defending 2-time world champion, she bit the dust also. So we're going to have something new this year. We're going to have 2 completely new world champions.
That's right, and also completely 2 new people in the finals in both the men's and women's division. Neither person who was in the finals in either bracket last year will be there again. It was Nick Varner and Earl Strickland last year, with Earl the victor, and Robin Bell and myself last year, with Robin being the victor. So 4 new faces.
All right. With the runner-up world champion here, Joanne Mason, coming out of Monticello, New York, who was just married last week. So, hey, I can't call you Joanne Mason anymore. I guess it's going to be Joanne Mason Parker. Is that correct?
Well, that is correct, but we're going to just add that Parker on because people do know me as Joanne Mason, so we'll just go Joanne Mason Parker.
Well, I wish you many happy years.
Thanks very much.
Kim Davenport here with an excellent opportunity to take a 2-0 lead. Has a straight-in shot here on the 7-ball. The 8 seems to be not much of a problem, or the 9. Just proper execution. Keep your head down. Follow through with that stroke.
I think he heard you. He sure did execute that very nicely, and a little bit maybe more of an angle here than he might have wanted, but I think it'll be no problem for him.
Well, Kim's playing very loose, especially after destroying the defending world champion Earl Strickland like he did. I'm sure he feels very confident against Bobby Hunter. But Bobby Hunter pulled out a squeaker against Oliver Ortmann. Oliver Ortmann from Germany had a chance to put him away, and he had the chance to win, but he didn't do it. So I know Oliver's feeling quite sad right now. But, hey, we're going to hear a lot more from him in the future, too.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. Oliver Ortmann is a tremendous player from Germany. Player, too. I believe he's only 24 years old. And he's won, well, there goes Kim.
We'll be back we're on Prime Network, where Davenport leads 2-0.
Now look at this, Floyd. He's breaking with his hand on the table. Looks like he's just experimenting to see where the best place to break from is. I don't think he's too concerned about making a ball on the break right now. He just is testing things out there. Once again, not pocketing a ball on the break and giving Bobby another shot. And let's see if Bobby can make this one ball that he's shooting at.
Okay. Kim Davenport voted the husband of the year from...
Who voted him that?
I think his wife did, as a matter of fact.
Well, now Bobby made that shot.
Watching Bobby Hunter from Carson City, Nevada, who was the 1990 World Straight Pool Champion. Had a marvelous win a little while ago against Oliver Ortman. He's happy to be where he's at right now. I know that because Oliver really had him on the ropes.
Oh, he sure did. He really should have won that match. He missed a 9-ball and then an 8-ball 2 times in a row in 2 different games to let it go to that final 5th set. Let's see what Bobby's going to do here. Looks like that 8-ball's in to play there a little bit.
Nice shot. I think he's got room to make the 4 here. If he does, he has a chance to win a game here. If the 8 is not blocking the pocket, the 4-ball looks to go by the 8. Doesn't seem any problem there from the looks of the way Bob's stroking the ball.
Yep, no problem there.
We're in Taipei, Taiwan with the WPBA World 9-Ball Championships from 1992. Last year, our tournament was held in Las Vegas, Nevada. The previous year, Bergheim, Germany. Next year, to be somewhere in Europe.
And then I heard Australia after that. So that should be quite interesting. Well, Bobby looks like he has this rack pretty much under control. He's got a nice shot on the 7-ball. The 8-ball is very close to that low left-hand corner pocket. And he'll just have to come across now for that 9-ball in the upper right-hand corner pocket.
Did I say WPBA a second ago? I meant to say WPBA. I'm excited. Hey, let's face it. I'm watching great players all week long.
Well, I don't blame you. This has been a tremendous event with some great playing, as we are seeing right now. Very good.
Bobby Hunter gets back in the ball game here a little bit.
Let's review the basic rules of 9-ball. First, the balls must be shot in sequence 1 through 9. The object is to pocket the 9-ball, which may be done in its turn or on an earlier combination. If a player fouls or scratches, the opponent gets ball in hand. The winner of each game breaks. The first player to win 11 games wins the match. And now back to Jim and Joanne.
Good power break by Hunter. He's breaking the balls well this tournament.
He made the 1 and, 3 balls. The 1, the 3, and the 5.
Taipei, Taiwan, they're hanging from the rafters in here. We got about 40 million people outside trying to get in. Hey, you couldn't buy a ticket to this place for $1 million.
Let's see Bobby now. He's shooting that 4-ball. Nice shot.
Good shot, good solid shot. Both players look very confident in the opening of this match.
They sure do.
This might go down to the wire. You think there's a possibility of that?
Well, I guess so. I mean, they both have come this far, and I don't think either one is going to give it up easily, and that's a spot in the final. So,
speaking of the final, we originally started with 64 men in this tournament from 20 different countries from around the world. We are down to our final 4. 3 of the final 4 are from America. The only other player is the fantastic Efren Reyes from the Philippines. And you hear a lot of applause on the other side of the room for Efren Reyes, who just won a game from Johnny Archer. But getting back here to Bobby Hunter, he's got a chance to tie this match up. He has a fairly easy shot there on the 8-ball in the side pocket. Now the only problem is to come down table, get position for the 9-ball.
That's right. It looks like he's shooting it in the side, and he's got to hit it with a pretty firm stroke to draw it over a little bit. And he has with no problem. He bounces off the rail a little bit there. Has a nice shot on the 9-ball. Should be no problem for Bobby. Yep, there he goes.
We'll be right back with Welcome Back to the World Billiards Tour on Prime Network. While we were away, Kim and Bob split games 5 and 6 and are now tied at 3 games each. As we rejoin the action, Bob Hunter is breaking in Game 7.
Look at that 9-ball again.
From the same side of the table, Joe.
Absolutely, Floyd. I'm telling you, we're going to see a lot of that, I have a feeling.
The balls are breaking good tonight.
They sure are, and now they're 1 each in 9 balls on the break. So that's all tied up.
Fans are going to see some great pool tonight.
That's for sure. And now the score is 4-3. We go into the frame.
So Kim Davenport from Modesto, California, who saw himself leading in the match 1-0, now trails in the match 4 games to 3 as we head into frame number 8. Bobby Hunter, Joe, is going to take and put that cue ball right in the same exact spot. Says, hey, maybe I can do this again.
Sure, why not? I'll tell you what, it's moved out every single time they've broken these balls, and figures to do it again if he hits them solidly, which he has been doing. There it goes. Look at this, almost again.
Towards the corner.
And this time he comes up dry.
Well, not totally dry. I believe he's snookered Kim Davenport. I think the 8-ball is in the way of the 1-ball. I don't think Kim has a shot. We might be seeing the push out into effect here. You want to tell us a little bit about the push out rule?
Sure, Floyd. The push out rule is on the opening shot where the incoming player has the opportunity, if they don't like the table, to move the cue ball anywhere they like, and then the opponent of his can either shoot or tell him to shoot. That's really the only disadvantage to the shot, is that you don't have the choice. Your opponent has the choice. But in a situation like this, you may find it wise to do that. But we do know that Kim loves to jump the ball, and if he wants to, he could, but it looks like he can see a part of this ball, which he was able to.
He went for the shot there. Gutsy shot by Kim Davenport, taking a little roll of the dice here early in the match. Comes up a little short. Bobby Hunter now with an opportunity to do a little damage. You know, the crazy thing about pool that drives you nuts, Joe, and I know you know, is that when you miss a shot and your opponent comes to the table, you never really know when you're going to get out of that chair.
Well, that's one of the great parts about this game, and in a way, you know, a tough part about the game is that this is the only sport you can really never shoot. You never get your opportunity to maybe get at that table if your opponent is able to keep you in that chair. Just constantly run those racks.
9-ball is a game of momentum, but hey, you got to make balls on the break before you can get that momentum going.
And you must get a shot on that first ball, too.
Both of these players definitely capable of running 3, 4, 5 racks, who knows how many. But you got to make balls on the break. So for all the youngsters out there who are learning the game of 9-ball, hey, practice that break shot. It's a very important shot in the game of 9-ball.
I have to agree with you. I think it's probably one of the toughest shots in the game as well, to perfect a very good break. And players don't often just practice one type of break like we've been seeing. We've already seen them break off both the side rails, and Kim's already broken with his hand placed on the table. So these are different shots.
Now, Bobby Hunter was looking at the 5-9 there as a possibility. He's going to play this 3-ball into the corner pocket, 4 down here in the opposite side corner pocket. He may select to shoot a 5-9 combination. I
think he's going to, because I don't think that that 5 goes in between the 7-9. We'll find out shortly, though.
I think if the 5 does pass in the pocket, he'll elect to shoot the run out, but if not, I would say that he will go for the combination.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think so.
We can't tell from the angle up here whether the 5-ball has room to pass between the 7 and the 9. If it doesn't, Bobby's obviously going to, he's played position for the combination, Joe.
Yep, and I think he'll make it.
Combinations are tough shots.
Tough shot, especially when the both object balls are far away from one another. Very good shot.
He hit it with authority, too.
He sure did. He executed that very nicely.
Bobby Hunter in frame number 8 takes a 5-3 lead over Kim Davenport.
Prime Network returns to the World Billiards Tour from Taiwan. where Kim Davenport and Bob Hunter continue their quest for the World 9-Ball Championship. Davenport won Game 9 and Hunter grabbed Game 10 to bring the score to 6-4 in favor of Bob Hunter.
Bobby's taking a right to Kim, and Kim's taking a right to Bobby. This is going to be a good match, and I think it's going to go right down to the wire. Matter of fact, I'm going to make a final prediction, 11 games to 9. Don't ask me who's going to win it, but I'm going to say the final score.
Well, how'd you know that was my
11-9.
next question?
Uh-huh. Don't give me them tough questions.
Ooh, now if that 4-ball had come up, it could have kissed that 9-ball into the corner. Again, a situation for an early combination with the 4-9.
But he did not pocket a ball on the break. It is Kim Davenport's turn at the table. It looks like a bank shot on the 1-ball here. He's going to bank this 1-ball, I think, because he can play excellent position for the 2-ball if he banks the 1. Getting back to the glove that he's wearing, Joe, you wear a glove yourself.
Yeah,
Can you tell us a little
sure
bit
do.
about that? I've never tried that myself.
Well, I'll tell you, the smooth stroke glove just improved my game a tremendous amount because my hands sweat a lot. And I'll tell you, I'll be honest, if your hands don't sweat, it's not a necessary thing. But in conditions like this, when it's damp and the room gets full of people, as we have a large crowd here today, it has a tendency to get a little damp and your hands start to stick and stick to the cue stick, and you don't want that ever to happen. So this just enables a nice smooth stroke always.
I thought Kim was wearing that glove because he was trying to hide his wedding ring, but I guess not. Just kidding, Aida. I know you're out there watching.
Well, I'll tell you, he cut that 1-ball in and came back and forth very nicely on the 2-ball. What's he going to do with this 3-ball, though? I don't think it goes in the corner pocket unless he's going to play an earlier combination than even the 4-9 and with the 3-9.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me if he's looking to play a combination here. This match has been going very quickly. 9 balls on the break, carom shots, combination shots. Hey, these guys want to get it over with quick.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've seen every element. I think they're getting hungry for some of this Chinese food out here.
This is combination time. Going to try to play the 3-ball into the 9-ball into the corner pocket.
Oh, he has to reach this really carefully. Very nicely done.
Another combination in frame number 11 as Kim Davenport narrows Bob Hunter's lead. Bob Hunter now leads in the match 6 games to 5.
Well, I'll tell you what, if these fellas keep breaking from that side rail and not making a ball, we're going to see a lot of that kind of stuff happening with these combinations and caroms. Oh my goodness. He's left that cue ball in the jaws of the back corner pocket.
And now we may see from the looks of Bobby Hunter's face, he is corner hooked. Would you explain what a corner hook is?
Sure, if you can take a look on the table, you'll see that the pockets have corners on them because it's a straight edge. And when the cue ball goes all the way in and sits right in that tiny little area that it has, it gets right behind the rail. So now he can't see this ball straight on. He's got a tough little shot here.
I think he's going to shoot the 2-ball in.
Uh-huh.
Just in case Kim Davenport decides to shoot the shot and does make the 1-ball, hey, he's going to make him have to play position for the 2, which makes it more difficult now because the 2 is spotted on the head spot there as opposed to being hanging in the side pocket. I think he's going to play a safety, obviously. I don't think he would try to cut this ball in. He's going to play for the safe. Nice shot.
Very nicely done and behind the 5-ball.
Kim not too happy with that. He was hoping to lay a snooker down on Bobby Hunter, but he came up just a little bit short. Bobby Hunter now is going to lay down the snooker and say, hey, you want to play dirty, buddy? Take that.
And he got it, too. He sure did. He's got to be careful not to come underneath this 1-ball and scratch his cue ball in that pocket.
Good point. Good point. And you called it right on the head, Joe.
I wasn't looking to jinx you, Kim, but I just saw that at the last minute, a possibility to have that happen.
Now, that is foul number 1 for Kim Davenport. We might like to also tell our viewers about the 3-foul rule, Joanne. Explain that to us.
Well, 3-foul rule is where now, let's say Kim is already on this 1 foul. If Bobby elects to play another safety, and Kim doesn't again hit the object ball he needs to, he'll be on 2 fouls. And then if Bobby does it one more time in a row, and he misses it 3 times in a row, that's loss of game.
3 consecutive fouls is loss of game.
Right, 3 consecutive
Not loss
fouls.
of match, but loss of game.
Right. It doesn't happen too often with these great players, because not because they don't play great safeties, but they also play such great kick shots and jump shots and massé shots that it's very hard to get them on 3.
Yeah, it is. It's not often that you see a player lose a game on 3 fouls, but it does come up occasionally.
Yep, it sure does. I suppose Bobby felt it was better off for him to try to run out than try to get him on 3 fouls.
The balls are open here. The key really here is to get position on the 3 where he doesn't have to move the 7, 8, 9. If he can make this 2 ball and get the cue ball over to the side rail by where the 3 is, then he has a good shot to perhaps run this table. So he's going to elect to try to run this table out. But right now the main thing is not the pocketing of the 2 ball, it's the position for the 3.
Well, as we all know, though, Floyd, if you don't pocket the ball, you don't stay at the table. The main thing is always to make that ball. So he's got to bring his cue ball back. Oh, see where, there he goes. And he brought his cue ball back.
No dice, no ice for Bobby Hunter on that shot. It's a good thing that he didn't make the 2 ball, Joe, because it looks as though his cue ball was stuck behind the point.
Once again.
I'm glad sure he's glad that he missed that shot. Of course, then again, if he would have made that shot, it would have changed the angle of the cue ball, and I don't think he would have been behind the point of the pocket.
Means he missed that on the full side, so if he'd have hit that a little thinner and made that ball, he probably would have just gotten those 2 cushions. Very good shot by Kim Davenport.
Great shot.
Excellent. Good stroke on that ball. Now, like you said, Floyd, he's got to be careful. He doesn't want to really disturb those balls because they're laying rather nicely.
Yeah, anytime you go into the balls, you never know how they're going to end up. So they try to work around the balls if they can. He has perfect position for the 4 in the side. He'll just roll the cue ball up a little bit. Play the 5 down in the corner pocket.
The way he's stroking this, it looks like he's going all the way down to the end rail and back.
Okay, same result. So he's going to play the 5 ball into the corner pocket. The 6 down here in this opposite corner pocket.
Funny how we talk about all of this like it's a simple thing to do, but in actuality, that one little 3 ball he had was a very tricky little shot.
It sure was. Thinking 2, 3, 4 shots ahead of time, as these players do. They must do that. This is not just a game of shot making, it's a game of strategy. Okay, he's taking a look. I believe he has enough room to make the 8. He's going to maybe possibly make the 7, 8, and 9 all in the same corner pocket.
Yeah, that's what it looks like he's able to do. And I don't believe it will be a problem at all for Kim Davenport. And now all he has to do, Floyd, is pocket that 9 ball, and we're going to have a tied game.
That's right. He's looking to tie it up at 6 games apiece here, Kim Davenport.
And there it is.
Let's rejoin our exciting match on Prime Network.
Let's see Kim's break now. That 9 ball moves out. And it did again, but not quite as close to the corner as before, and he pockets a ball, the 3 ball.
Okay, but he has no shot on the 1. He may elect to push the cue ball into a massé type shot. He may try to play a jump shot. I don't know what he's doing here. I think he's going to...
I don't know. Maybe he can make this off the side rail right next to the 1 ball and pocket it. Oh.
I don't believe so. He looks like he's aiming straight at the ball. Perhaps he has room to, like you said, play the cue ball to the side rail, come off the rail, and try to pocket
I think he may wind up hitting this full. Yeah, just like that. it looked like he couldn't, like you said, get quite up enough on that rail because the 6-ball was blocking him.
Well, he got a good roll of the dice there. He's put Bobby Hunter in a difficult situation here.
He's got to be careful not to hit the 4-ball first. Otherwise, once again, we'll have a foul. Looks like he's hitting the cue ball low so that after it makes contact with the 1 ball, it will maybe hold up.
Well, Joe, it looks as though Kim has a bank shot on the 1. I would think that he was going to go for this shot. Bank shot on the 1.
Yep.
Cross sides.
That's what it looks like from here. Oh, and he did not
nice
get
shot.
a very good roll off of that wonderful shot he just made.
Didn't. But the important thing was he made the shot. He's still at the table.
A tough little shot.
He's going to play a safety. He's going to try to put Bobby Hunter in a tough situation. Play the 2-ball at one end of the table and the cue ball back up table. Okay. Good shot. I believe he's snookered Bobby Hunter.
I believe so. I think that 5-ball is covering it, and the 7 may be the other part of it. He may be able to do a little jump through this and make contact with the 2, but leaving once again everything up in the... Oh, maybe he can see this.
He can see just a little bit of the 2-ball play, perhaps enough to play a safety himself. And that's what he's doing. Nice shot, Bobby Hunter.
Now we see some defense, Floyd. What do you think?
Which we haven't seen too much so far. They've been pretty wide open.
Oh, yeah, a lot of offense here so far. All those combinations and caroms.
We're tied up here at 6 games apiece in frame number 13. Playing a little defense now.
And, ooh.
There's a nice massé shot by Kim Davenport.
He really hits those shots rather well, doesn't he?
Well, he's been playing a long time, and you know, it's kind of like the golfer trying to play the ball out of the sand. You know, it takes a while to get used to those type of shots. So these players are very familiar with massé shots, even though it is the most difficult and the most colorful shot in the game of pool. There's a nice shot, Bobby Hunter. Hey, we're talking some defense this game.
Look at this. If he does not hit this ball, which I think he will, he has a relatively simple enough kick shot here at the 2-ball. He will have a 2-9 combination.
He's got the jump cue out, Joe. You want to explain a little bit about the jump cue?
Well, the jump cue is a little bit shorter cue. It enables the player to get a better lift on the cue ball, raising it into the air. And I believe he's going to play this combination right now himself.
He's going to go airborne over the 4, over the 5, and try to play the 2-9 combination.
Ooh, and he made contact, did not make it.
Well,
he
left Bobby Hunter with not really a whole lot to do here. This is an awfully thin cut on the 2-ball. If he elects to try to cut this ball in, you might say Kim, from a difficult situation, got a pretty good roll out of that.
He sure did. He sure did. He came out of that. Like I said before about when we were talking about the 3-foul rule, it's very hard for them to put each other on because, as you see, they have so many different things that they can pull out of the hat.
Great shot there by Bobby Hunter. Putting a lot of right-hand English spin on his cue ball, cutting the 2-ball in, coming back down table, getting close to his work, the 4-ball. He left himself with a good position on the 4.
That was excellent. Now he'll follow up for the 5-ball. Play the 5-ball in the side pocket.
No problem there.
Looks very simple from here.
Yeah, he should win this frame. Take a 7-6 lead, but hey, it always looks easy from up here.
It sure does, I'll tell you what. It's easy to be a Monday morning quarterback, but now Bobby has that 6-ball. He'll play the 7 in the side, the 8 in the left-hand corner, and the 9 in the corner where it's closest to.
I think that's a good assumption of that. I'd play it the same way.
Very good shot.
Perfect position, as you said, the 7-ball into the side, stop it right there, play the 8-ball in the corner pocket.
Yep, and he's got no problem now. This is just routine from here.
Bobby Hunter looking to take a 7-6 lead here in frame number 13. Okay, no problems. Well, the only problem I see here is the old miscue, and that
don't even
sneak
say
up and
it.
haunt
Sometimes
you at
it sure does.
We'll be right back at turn to tonight's action on Varner Network. Bob Hunter has taken a commanding 4-game lead by winning 3 straight after the critical 13th game. He now leads 10-6. Let's rejoin Jim and Joanne for game 17.
Wow, he is really breaking the balls well, but I don't think he has a shot this time on the 1.
No. Kim is going to come back to the table this game for the first time, and it seems like an hour. I'm sure happy about that. Kim Davenport needs 5 games. Bobby Hunter needs 1 game.
What do you think he's going to do here, Floyd? Is he going to elect to push out?
If I was him, I would push the ball down table and leave Kim Davenport in a situation where he has no pocket to shoot at this stage of the game. Why gamble? Bobby has a 4-game lead. He needs 1 game to make it to the finals. Kim Davenport needs 5 games. Hey, take no chances in this type of situation.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I think you're right, and he did just what you said.
Now Kim Davenport is faced with a major decision. Knowing that his opponent only needs 1 game, the pressure is really on Kim right now.
Sure is, and he got down on that ball quickly, didn't he? He knew exactly what he was going to do. He banked that ball. Tremendous shot after sitting in the chair for all that time.
It sure was. To get out of the chair like that after watching what Bobby Hunter just did to him and rifle that 1 ball straight back. A lot of guts on the part of Kim Davenport.
Oh.
But hey, he's playing the percentages too. He needs 5 games. Bobby Hunter only needs 1. Hey, he's got to draw his guns and shoot.
Oh, I have to agree with you there. He's doing exactly that.
Kim Davenport, who trails 10 games to 6, hasn't played a bad match, Joe. It's just that he hasn't had as many opportunities as Bobby Hunter.
I have a feeling the break came a lot into play there. I think maybe that if after that first break Kim would have stayed over at that side rail, he may be in the position instead that Bobby Hunter is in right now, sitting in the chair just waiting for another chance to win the match.
Going to play this in here, come back across the table. Going to play the 7 in the same pocket with a lot of draw English. Try to suck that cue ball back down table for an easy shot on the 8 ball.
He's got to be careful here now, Floyd, that he doesn't hit this 7 ball too full, not cut it enough. Trying to get position on that 8 ball. Also, he's got to be very aware of the scratch across sides with his cue ball. He's got to put some draw English on this. Got to spin his ball here really, really good.
A little hot mustard on that cue ball coming up.
Oh, he just played it very carefully, didn't he? He didn't want to take a chance.
He didn't want to take the chance.
No, well, now.
This is no easy shot he has here on the 8 ball.
He's got to go
up
and send his
cue
ball 20 feet.
Great shot, Kim Davenport.
Excellent shot.
Look at the speed of the cue ball. All right, nice shot.
That was really.
This is not over.
You are seeing some of the best playing you'll probably ever see right here between Kim Davenport and Bobby Hunter. Excellent shooting.
So frame number 17 goes to Kim Davenport from Modesto, California, who narrows the gap a little bit at 10 games to 7. He now needs 4 games to close out the Hunter, as we call him, but Bobby Hunter only needs 1 game.
Prime Network welcomes you back to the WPA World 9-Ball Championships. In Game 17, Kim Davenport managed to snap Bob Hunter's 4-game winning streak and grab the momentum. Kim will need to flawlessly execute every shot now because Hunter is but 1 game away from victory. His margin for error is down to 0. Let's return to lovely Joanne Mason and the Floyd for more action.
Well, he made a ball, and his cue ball went forward, and the 1 ball went forward, but he did not get a shot.
Yeah, unfortunate for Kim Davenport. He doesn't have the opportunity to clear this table, as Bobby Hunter had a few opportunities a few minutes ago. Sitting here with Joanne Mason, the number 4 ranked player in America. One of the lovely young ladies on the tour today.
He's played a safety with his opposite hand. He shot that lefty. And I don't know that I would have done that, Floyd.
Hey, he looks like he's feeling no pain. Somebody ought to tell him he's losing this game 10-7. He doesn't seem to bother him at all.
No, not at all. I thought, you know, when he was doing that he was just going to hit the one real thin and go up table with his cue ball and leave the one right behind those balls. But he played that short safety instead. And I think he's enabled Bobby to see a piece of the one ball.
Bobby Hunter's taking a look at a combination on the 1-9. He's looking to try to possibly pocket the 9 ball in the side pocket. He'd like to close this out and go home, get some sleep, and come back for the championships tomorrow. This could be the last shot of the match. It's a difficult one.
Oh, and a safety he played.
And a safety.
And I think he also left Kim where he can see this ball. Yep, by the expression on his face just then. Kim can see this ball.
Kim's just going to stop the cue ball here, hide it behind the 5, and play a little snooker on Bobby Hunter. I think he's in perfect position to do that, and yes, he does.
Very good shot.
Okay. All right, now Bobby Hunter here obviously is behind the 5 ball. He's going to have to go to the side rail, hit the 1. The important thing is to hit the 1, otherwise Kim Davenport will have cue ball in hand. So obviously, hey, I'd hit this with a little speed. How about you? Try to slop it in somewhere?
Yeah, I think so, and especially if, depending.
Why not? Play a little Joe Labar pool here. Try to slop that ball in somewhere.
That's right, and he may make, I'll tell you what, if he hits it just right, he may make that 9 ball. That 9 ball's not too far out of the pocket.
I'm sure he's looking at it, no doubt.
He's got to look at all the possibilities. He has a number of things that can happen, and if he does hit it in that fashion, the cue ball will have the reaction to come back down here at the other end of the table, and he may get a snooker out of it or a safety shot.
We've got a barn burner going on the other table with Efren Reyes and Johnny Archer. Johnny Archer leading Efren Reyes 9 games to 8, with Efren getting ready to break the balls. But right now, Bobby Hunter snookered behind the 5 ball, trying to figure out what he wants to do with this 1 ball. Does he want to try to play a defensive shot? Does he want to try to play a lucky shot? This is the decision he has to make right now. He only needs 1 game, and this match will be over.
Yeah, he went. He did. He did go for it.
Not bad. He got a good roll of the dice there. Left Kim in a difficult situation.
He is in a difficult situation because, as you can see from the way the table is set up, the 1 is near the next ball, which is the 3 ball. And if he chooses to shoot this 1 ball and cut it in, he's got tough position to get on that 3 ball.
I would think that he would play a little bit of a safe here now. He has himself in a situation, if he can win this particular frame, he's right back in the match. If he could win this game and make the score 10-8, he's only 3 games from a win. Bobby Hunter could possibly never return to the table, but he must win this game. This is an absolute must, of course, with the score being 10-7. It's only a race to 11.
Well, if he does choose to play safe here, he better play a good one, because I'm sure Bobby Hunter is ready to try to close this game right out.
Well, Bobby Hunter has a little bit of air to gamble with. When you got a 10-7 lead, you can take a chance like he just did with the 1 ball. Rolled the dice a little bit, came up lucky. Kim is in a tough situation here. He doesn't know whether to try to cut the 1 ball in. It's kind of natural position for the 3 to go up and down the table, but the problem is making the 1 ball. This is a really difficult shot.
And also the speed, you know, he's got to hit it with a very full stroke then, and he may not even get a shot then on the 3 if he comes up short. He'll be snookered, but it looks like he's doing something completely different than that. He elected to play a safety, and I don't know how that exactly turned out for him.
Well, regardless of whether Bobby can see this ball or not, Kim has played an excellent shot. There's no possibility of pocketing this ball, I don't think. Bobby Hunter's going to have to go into a little defensive strategy himself. And I'm sure he's well aware he only needs 1 game, and sometimes that can play a little havoc with your mind.
Sometimes that's the hardest game to get, is the one that brings you over the hill. He played a safety.
Okay, look at this shot. Great shot by Bobby Hunter.
Excellent shot, putting the 1 almost back in the same position as it was earlier. And
Kim Davenport's in a lot of trouble right now.
sure is. He's got to make sure he hits this ball. He can't afford to give Bobby Hunter ball in hand. And he has hit it. And
he's come out smelling like a rose. Hey, let's face it, from the situation he was in, I'm sure that Kim will take that. He'll gladly go back to his seat and say, well, that's fine, all right.
Well, he's escaped one more move is what's happened. It looks like Bobby is shooting.
Cross side bank on the 1 ball. And there it is. Nice shot, Bobby Hunter.
That's a winning shot right there. I'd have to say that this game will be almost over.
Could be. Bobby Hunter switching to an opposite-handed shot here. No problem with the 3 ball. Roll his cue ball up there. Has excellent position for the 4. This match right now, Joe, belongs to Bobby Hunter.
Well, it's just routine from here. He's just got to stay down and make these few balls.
Okay, good position for the 5. Nice little angle to stay right there on the bottom rail for the 6.
I'll tell you what, Floyd, if he runs out from here, Kim will be thinking how he played that first safety, that maybe he should have taken a chance to shoot.
Well, this match at this stage of the game belongs to Bobby Hunter. If he doesn't find himself in the finals tomorrow afternoon, it's totally his fault, because right now he is in the driver's seat.
That's for sure.
Watching Bobby Hunter, the 1990 World Straight Pool champion from Carson City, Nevada, with only 2 more balls to go, and he's on a way to a trip to the finals for the World Championship in Taipei, Taiwan.
Yeah, he sure is. Just stay down and make this ball. Very simple shot.
Congratulations to Bobby Hunter, winner of this semifinal match with an 11-7 victory over Kim Davenport. This is Gary Firestone, and I'll be back to interview the 2 top competitors. Time Network's coverage of the World 9-Ball Championships from Taiwan continues. Bobby Hunter and Kim Davenport, who just played an incredibly tough match, and congratulations for a really good fight. It's a shame somebody had to lose. What was the turning point in the match in your mind?
Well, it was close. It was 6-6 there, and I shot a bank shot, and I made the bank, and I kissed up to the 2, and Bobby won that game. And then he ran a few racks in between there, and I think that was the key point there.
It was a really close match up until then.
Yes, it was.
Congratulations for a really good fight.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bobby, heck of a game.
Thank you.
Do you agree with Kim as far as the turning point?
Yeah, I think so. The match could have gone the other way there if he'd have got a good shot on the 2 ball.